The Wild World of Witchcraft live with Grady Hendrix is tonight at the Galois Theater in downtown Springfield. Here with more on what you'll experience tonight at this live event is New York Times best-selling author Grady Hendrix. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me, man. I love coming to Missouri.
Thanks for coming in.
We're so glad you're here. So, you're having a live event tonight at the Galois, but it's also to help, it's coinciding with your book.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So go ahead, tell us all about it.
Yeah, no. Well, so my book is Witchcraft for Wayward Girls, which is set in 1970 in a maternity home. It's about some girls who get sent away, you know, to have their babies in secret, as you did in 1970 if you're pregnant and not married. And while they're there, they find a book on witchcraft that gives them all the answers and power they need, and complications ensue, as they always do.
Oh.
That opens
Already,
up
I love it.
a whole, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what is the show going to focus on?
So with the show, I'm basically talking about witches because witches are complicated. Like, is a witch an old lady who lives in a house made of candy and eats babies? Yeah. Is a witch a bunch of chicks dancing around under the full moon and celebrating their power? Is a witch falsely accused and standing in Salem on the gallows? Like, what our image of witches changed so much. So it's basically a history of witches, and that sounds incredibly boring, but it's very fast moving. The show's about an hour. I use slides, and I think there's 240 slides. So it moves fast. I sing, which is really unfair to the audience. It's not everyone gets out alive.
Is the common denominator the wart? Do they all have wart?
Yeah, exactly. The devil's mark, right? It's hidden. That you got to find the devil's mark if you want to find a witch. Yeah.
This sounds like a lot of fun is what it's going to be.
I try. You know, books can be a little stuffy. I think there's this intellectual attitude with them, and I can't do intellectual. I'm pretty stupid. And so...
I doubt that New York Times bestselling
You wrote
author.
a book, yeah.
Well, it's just putting words together, you know, one after the other. It's not that hard.
Yeah, go.
Anyone
How long
can
did it take you to write this book?
This book really kicked my butt. Usually it's about a year. This was 2 years because I'm a childless middle-aged man, and I'm writing a book in which every single character is a pregnant teenage girl. So I had about 12 moms who helped me out with this. I had 3 obstetricians who were consultants on this. It took me a long time to get it right.
Well, this book is perfect for the time of year we're in, Halloween being Friday. Is this your specific type of genre that you like to write?
Yeah, horror is what I write because I want to write about the world around me. I can't do sci-fi in the future or fantasy in some made-up world with orcs and dragons. I'm not good at that. I like to write about the people I know and the world I live in, and horror's the closest thing you can get to that. It's just the real world, but not boring.
When I think of horror in a book, you can't have the blah in a book necessarily, so more suspense, pulling you in, is that what you look to do?
That, but also, if someone's telling you a story and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that, but it's usually because you care about the person telling the story. So the trick with horror is get people invested in those characters. They've got to feel them, you know? And if they do, well, you don't have to chop off heads. You can chop off a finger because that's horrible if it happens to someone you know. If it happens to someone you don't care about, you're like, whatever, it's a finger. You got 9 more.
So doing your research, like you mentioned a variety of different types of witches, including the gorgeous witch from Snow White. You know, like you think of different...
Yeah.
What have you landed on?
Well, so my book takes place in 1970, and believe it or not, I know it'll be hard to believe, but in 1970, people really thought America was done. I mean, there were something like 2,000 domestic terrorist bombings between 70 and 73. People really felt like young people and old people were at war. You know, kids were getting shot at Kent State, and parents thinking their parents were killing them. Parents are looking at kids and being like, they're all on drugs and crazy. It really felt like the world was falling apart. So my witches, I went to a lot of things like the Weather Underground or the Black Panthers or Students Against War, sort of radical political activist literature, people who felt like they were a group at war with society, because that's witches, man. They're at war with us squares.
Wow.
I have to agree with what you're saying. See, I was there.
Right.
I do understand that. And, okay, I have to go back because, you know, you have to be invested in a character to care. How do you invest in a witch?
Right. Listen, it took me 2 years to write this book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
No,
Good point.
but it's also, you know, that idea that I am living in a country that hates me and wants me dead or gone or in jail. And that's sort of historically witches. I mean, every witch is fictional, right? No woman ever flew on a broomstick and stole babies and baked them in an oven in a house made of candy. But tens of thousands of people have been killed for being a witch. I mean, men and women. In Salem, and even today, I mean, there's still witches being lynched in some parts of Indonesia, in Kinshasa, all over the world. There was just a witch murder in England in 2015 where a kid, their parents thought were a witch, they killed her. And, you know, we had the satanic panic here from 80 to about 95 when hundreds of daycare operators and preschool teachers were accused of being witches, and a lot of them went to jail for very long amounts of time. Some of them died in prison before they were exonerated. So this is one of those things that's around. So imagine being someone who lives in a world that hates you and wants you dead. How do you survive?
So, can people get your book tonight as well?
Yes, they can.
That's great. I was going to say, I see this being a movie. I'm just not going to lie. Your description, I was like, I could see this next Halloween.
I need to take you to Hollywood with me.
I will pitch it for you because I love it. And Conrad, tickets still available for tonight?
Free and open to the public.
Free and open to the public tonight at the Galois.
Sweet.
Free and worth every penny.
Yes, and you get to see a New York Times bestselling author. Right here, guys. Great show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, y'all.
Thank you very much. All right, lots more unscripted to come, so don't go away.